Okay. Hi guys, it's Crystal with Crystal Clear Oils, and today we're going to just do a quick overview of why plants or why essential oils and where they come from on the plant matters, why it makes a difference. And so I just took a screenshot of this book I've been studying, and so I'm going to talk to you about them and just kind of glean over them pretty quickly and try to keep this session short. But I think it's important to have continuing education, just kind of increase your knowledge of the oil. So when people ask you, you can have a lump summary in your mind of they aren't all just from the same place. They are from specific spots and on a plant, and that spot where they're extracted from matters. And so we're going to talk about that. But I want to be clear. I don't think that any of us should be like thinking that we need to memorize every single piece of this information. I mean, there's so much information out there. I think it's more about gleaning it, getting what you can from it, finding what resonates with you and what makes sense to you, and sharing that part. But I do think that the more you learn, I mean, you are considered the expert, okay? So you're considered the expert when people come to you. They don't know how much you know, unless you are rambling on about how little you know. No one will know. Be positive and be that expert. And an expert, in my mind, is someone who can find the answer. An expert is not necessarily someone who knows all the answers. One, answers change, especially in science. And so you only need to know where to get the answers, whether that be on a reputable site or from an upline or a leader who you are friends with. And so I'm going to give you a little challenge at the end of this, but we're going to go ahead and get started for the sake of getting done, because we are on our way to South Carolina and my kids are waiting in the truck patiently while I get this done. All right, so plants. Okay, so what is an essential oil? We know a few things about essential oils. We know they come from plants. We know they're all natural. Some things you might not know is that an essential oil regulates the plant growth. It helps to regulate the plant metabolism. So how is this plant getting its food and growing, like that type of stuff? So it regulates that. It functions as the plant's enzymes, so it helps the plant to grow. It also functions as an immune system support, so it supports against threats on the outside. So basically the essential oil protects the plant, helps the plant grow, and supports the plant and fights against the outside threats, like just environmental threats. And so when we know from studying that essential oils are really smart, when we take that beneficial property from the essential oil, we can use that for our own benefit by knowing that the essential oils absorb into our body very quickly. They're very volatile in the sense of they dissipate quickly, they enter the body quickly, they actually support the outside of cells as well as the inside of cells, each oil doing a different thing, but in some way either supporting your immune system, some will do that, or they support respiratory system, they support circulatory systems in your body. And these are not just words that people are saying. I mean, there are clinical studies, clinical trials done with doTERRA oils where they use them internally and topically and aromatically, and they can show through those studies that they are effective, and even more so than modern medicines in some cases. So we're going to take a quicker look and talk about. We're actually going to talk about just the first 4 today. So we're going to talk about how the essential oils that come from citrus berries, or citrus and berries, flowers, leaves, and then twigs. I'm going to save the other 4 for next week. So come back if you're interested. And if you want to know more about those, because not only do we talk about these and where they come from, we're going to talk about what aspects do they have when they come from that part of a plant. What do they do for our body? How do they support us? And then at the end, I mean, next week we will see how they tie together and how they work so perfectly together. So citrus and berry oils, like bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, lime, the new one, tangerine, wild orange, or citrus bliss, that's a combination, black pepper, and juniper berry. Those are just a few of the citrus or berry oils. And they are just incredible for cleaning. So you can clean your homes with them, and they actually are disinfecting, but they also are extremely cleansing for our body. This is why it is so important to have citrus in our water throughout the day, because they have a very powerful cleansing. So they have limonene in them, and that is very important for our bodies and getting that into our body for supporting cleansing. They're also strengthening. They strengthen skin. They strengthen our cells. They help boost immune systems. They're invigorating. So when we say invigorating, that means like maybe you need a boost of energy. A citrus oil would be where to go. Or maybe you need to like clear out your sinuses or feel like a little bit more awake. Even black pepper and juniper berry are going to be supportive in that way. They're very refreshing. So adding it to your water sometimes can just give you a boost of refreshment and feel kind of happy tongue kind of thing. They're uplifting. These are great for the mood. Citrus oils are proven to have such positive effects. Like I haven't met one person yet who didn't smell wild orange and then have a smile on their face afterwards, because it just smells so clean and so good. And then they also invoke, citrus oils and berry oils can invoke feelings of being embraced, like just feelings of comfort. So just think about those when you want to have focus or energy really quick, or have a boost in immune support. Flower oils are like clary sage, clove, geranium, helichrysum, jasmine, I think I said lavender, Roman chamomile, blue tansy is a new one that they came out with, doTERRA did, rose, rosemary, and ylang ylang. Those flower oils, they have an incredible way of just boosting our mood. So our emotions can be supported. Sometimes that flowery fragrance just really brings back the feelings of loving to be outside and that kind of feeling. So it helps you to be more uplifted. They have very light smells and they're very energizing. So they're great for focus as well. And flower oils are really great to combine with citrus oils. The combination does something to your emotions where you can just feel very supported and energized. They're very fresh. They're very gentle and delicate. And one really, really wonderful thing about the flower oils is they're incredibly supportive for our skin. So you can add them to your cleansing regimen at nighttime or in the morning. And they're very, very good for skin. So elasticity and supporting your skin to just make it look more radiant, and skin spots and things like that. It's going to help to diminish those. And they've been used in skincare for a long time. So that there are studies on that too. I love that there's a study for these things, but they're very supportive, and they're very, I think, like lavender, it's very calming. So these are very calming. So when you're dealing with skin issues, these are definitely go-to oils to help support when you're having a problem with skin. So either if it's cleansing or supporting burns, like minor burns and things like that. All right, leaf oils are oils that come from the leaf. So basil, oregano, cypress, eucalyptus leaves, lemongrass, marjoram, melaleuca, melissa. You can see my list on here. Oregano, patchouli, peppermint, spearmint, thyme, and wintergreen. If you've ever touched peppermint, or cilantro, you touch the leaf and instantly the aroma is in the air because you extracted essential oil. And they're very clarifying. These are also great for the skin. They're wonderful to support the respiratory system. So when you are dealing with colds, or your children, or other respiratory type issues, these are go-to oils, because when one might not work perfect for you, grab another, because everybody's body is so different. They're going to support you. So help your body to recuperate and to feel supported and get rid of bad coughs and things like that. They are great in teas. They're great in supporting your skin, and they are very uplifting and very fresh. You can also cook with them. So a lot of these, like lemongrass and peppermint and spearmint, oregano, these are all really great oils for cooking with. So if you are in a pinch and don't have fresh herbs, basil, cilantro, fantastic, and they taste really good. Just remember, a toothpick will do ya, because they're strong. They're very potent. So use a tiny bit in the beginning, and then add more if you want more seasoning. Let's see. Oh, Melaleuca is really great for so many different things. And they have properties of like antibacterial type properties and antifungal type properties. So when you're dealing with those type issues, go to these oils, the leaf oils. Twig oils will be the last category we talk about. And twig oils are firs, many of the firs, and I think Siberian fir is a new one, and it would fall into this category. People underestimate firs. Firs are great for pain. They're great for respiratory system support. So any type of discomfort, if you're having discomfort, it's going to support you. Use it topically. Add it to your deep blue if you need some more support. And if you're having colds, or you have sinus issues, or even seasonal threats, use those firs. Put them in a diffuser, put them in the palm of your hand, and breathe them in, because they really soothe the sinus tracts, and it will feel so good, and you will be thanking me later. But these oils, I want you to see, they are meant to be, you can use them singly, just one at a time. But if you put them in the diffuser together, you are actually going to create amazing benefits, because you're getting a little bit from each part of the plant, and each part of the plant will support our bodies in a different way. And so that's what we're going to cover today. And if you, I think I see a chat, let me see. Okay, yeah, Kim, the book I got at convention, there's a ton of vendors, and let me read it real quick and see who it comes from. It's basically a continuing education by, it's an oil business tools, and I'm trying to see who wrote it, sorry. Yeah, oil business tools. And so when I put this up, I'll write the little link so you know who wrote the book. But it is a great book. It has 8 continuing education classes in it. It has been a really wonderful source for me. So what I'm going to ask you to do this week, and it has nothing to do with what we talked about just now. That was just I thought was very interesting. So I thought it would be good to talk about where the plant oils come from and why that matters. Well, Romy posted a video in the leadership Zoom, and it really touched my heart, because she gave her testimony. And it was fantastic. And if you have time to watch it, watch it. I think the testimony part is like 20 minutes. It's not long at all. And it resonated with us, because Neil have dealt with very similar situations. And just knowing that we're all so similar, even though we're so different. Like, we all have these battles that we come through, no matter how small they are, but that is who defines us and who makes us who we are. And that's how people connect to us, and not hiding that. I think being open and honest with those things makes us very personable. And when we see and show that what Christ has done in our lives, that we can share that, and the truth will be maybe hopefully set someone else free, freedom from emotional stress and distress, and then give them, I think essential oils can be a tool. So much more than just building a business, but building relationships and helping other people to heal, both physically and emotionally. So what I wanted you to do is, we talked about before having a why. Like, why do you want to build? Why do you want to do doTERRA? Is it just to make money? Is it because you have emotional connection with this? Is something Did you have a story behind it? And knowing that your story is yours and it does not need to be embellished. I'm really just reiterating the things that she said. So maybe if you don't have time to go back and watch her video, you kind of get the gist of it, and you have, you can just get a little bit of it. So whether you have a tiny story or a big story, or it's elaborate or simple, it's your story. And so let it be what it is. Don't think that it has to be anything else. And so what I'll do is we're going to share, Neil and I will share our story, but we want to do a why, but with the why, we want to do what. So what do you want out of this business? What are your goals? And some of us have already thought about this, and maybe we thought we want to have a little more financial freedom. Maybe we want our husbands to have less burden, or maybe we just want to do something for ourselves, but maybe you want something greater. And part of that, and part of the drive of getting ourselves to do this business and not to be discouraged, is to have this why and this what written down. So whether your dream is to have a bigger house, or to be financially free, or to make your husband less stressed and to help support him, write that down and make it big. Make it almost where you feel like it's unreachable, because you're going to change it and adjust it. But I want you to really be able to taste that dream and have thought about it enough to where yeah, I really want that. Because if you're like me, you're more of a, I kind of have a dream. I kind of know what I want. I can kind of say it, but I haven't elaborately thought it out. And so my goal this week is to really think about that and pray about it and say, this is what I want. And then I'm going to be able to share that with you next week. And I'll just probably share it on the Facebook page. Please feel free to share yours on the Facebook page and do a mini video. Send your friends there that you're enrolling, because that's the whole goal. Neil and I want to provide support, and we want to supply education. And so I think by doing that, we create this awesome community where we can all work together, especially these early stages where we're just starting to build. We don't have a huge team, but we have community where we all feel like we can go and get an answer, and we don't have to search 10 other Facebook pages or sites, but we have someone who will be there. So Neil and I will be there for you guys and be that support and education. And we'll hopefully make it tiny little tidbits so that you can feel like you can do it and you don't have to go anywhere else, but you can get a little bit of information each week and still feel like you're growing. So to be clear, I want you guys to work on your why and your what. What do you want? I want you guys to feel what you want, and I want you to write it down and talk to your husbands and see, are you guys on the same page? Is it all you? I think that's important, because in the beginning it was all me. And going into 9 months now, and now Neil is on board, and that has been incredible. I mean, more than I even thought it would be, because I think in the back of my mind, I wish that he would do it, but I didn't really think that that would ever happen, because he has to work, and that was the back of my mind. But his goal now is kind of intertwined with mine, and he wants to be able to not have to work. And so he's going to push with me. And that's what I hope for you guys, that your significant others will jump on, because this is an incredible opportunity. And Neil has seen the light of that. And I'm really encouraged by everything that's happening in doTERRA. And I hopefully I'll keep sharing that with you, and you'll keep feeling that, and that energy and that amazingness that's happening. And if you have questions, message me on Facebook, on the Facebook page. Just write out the question, because someone else probably has that question too. And so we'll work together, and we will get that information to you, and hopefully you'll feel supported. And look forward to videos from us on that Facebook page. Neil did one. I thought it was funny and cute, because that's exactly what happened. He started using that fire water for his sinuses, and it completely convinced him. And so he's totally on board now. And we're going to do some more. So keep an eye out for that. And I look forward to seeing you guys this week on Facebook, and you're hearing about your experiences. And I can't wait to hear about your whys and your what's and what you want to do. So Manning people, we will see you soon. We will be there in like 5 hours. Talk to you later.